Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The Lion Guard of the Alliance and the traditions of the Orcs must be honoured. But what if you don't quite have the reputation? Well, let's get that sorted, shall we? Now with patch 10.0.7, the Orcs and the humans gained their heritage armour, but to gain access to said armour, your character is going to need to be, first of all, above level 50, and your character will need to be exalted with their respective faction. If you want to find out your current standing, simply go to your character screen, click reputation, scroll way
many hours later,
way down, and you will find the classic reputations. You can click on the respective reputation and click show XP bar, and that will be able to track it on your screen so you know where you are towards gaining exalted. Now if you are there and you're already exalted, then what are you doing here? Go off and get your armor. For those of you still a little short, let's take a look at the best dungeons that we can farm some reputation from.
But wait!
There is one more item we are going to need before we can head off and start gaining this reputation. We need our faction tabard. This will enable us to gain reputation. Yes, it used to be possible, way back when, back in the day, to gain reputation while clearing out dungeons. Oh, there's not many, but there are a few things I do miss about the old days. So if you're Alliance, if you head towards the Griffin Roost, on the stairs leading upwards, you will see a pony with rider before the steps. Simply talk to that person, they will give you the Stormwind tabard. If you are Horde, like myself, then up top in Orgrimmar, where the Zeppelins fly from, next to where you would learn your flying generally, you will see a troll, a goblin, and an orc. Sounds like it should be a joke, it's not. Each one of them in respective factions will sell you their tabard, so we want to talk to the orc and get the Orgrimmar tabard. So with our faction tabard on, we have several dungeons that are going to give us a good amount of rep. They are easy to farm, and they are quick, over and over again, which is what we're looking for. We have the Magister's Terrace, we have the Botanica, we have Mechanar, and finally we have the Steam Vaults. There are a number of pros and cons to each dungeon. Botanica on average was giving me the best amount of rep, and it is easy to leave. It's just literally a loop over and over again. The Mechanar is the same in terms of being easy to leave and reset, but it does have a lot less XP. Last of all, in the Outlands, we have the Steam Vaults. This has a lot of cons, I'm not going to lie. You can't easily sell the items, your bags are going to fill up because you're underwater in a big cave, so you can't get any amounts out. Just to get to the Steam Vaults is a pain. It requires you to head to Zangavar Marsh, to basically head down into the lake, and to swim through a pipe, and yeah, already you're probably thinking, yeah, that's a hard pass from me. So why, dear God, is it on the list? Well, I added this to the list because it is fast, it has a ton of ads very close to the door, but yeah, if you're going to do this one, either have a lot of bag space or don't loot, which means you are missing out on a decent amount of gold if you're going to be running this a lot. Oh, and also, remember, if you are doing this one, click the machinery after the first two bosses, else you're going to get to the final door and it's not going to open. And that definitely slows you down a lot. Now last, but definitely by no means least on this list, is the Magister's Terrace. If you are a Horde, you can use the Undersea Portal, fly to the Ghostlands. Personally, I would portal to Zandalar and use the Great Seal, then head to Silvermoon, and take a flight north from there. The Alliance, to be fair, just jump on a Griffin and fly north. I will say, if you're doing this from Stormwind, it looks like one hell of a long flight, but once you hit Ironforge, your Flight Master mount will just teleport you to the island. That's it. There's no further travel distance. So it's not as long as the flight may make it look like it's going to be. Now, there is an added bonus to this dungeon. If you don't already have it, then Kelthus' mount is up for grabs. It's a White Hawk Strider for those that are into that kind of thing. Now personally, because that only drops on Heroic, what I tend to do is run the dungeon once on Heroic, then lower the level to normal and just farm and farm and farm until I hit the dungeon cap per hour. Yes, that is a thing. You can only run X amount of dungeons before you hit the cap, and it says, hey, you're going to have to wait 10, 15, 30, however long it may be, minutes before you can go back in again. It's a little frustrating. From neutral all the way up to Exalted, I say it's probably going to take you a couple of hours. I did mine on my human I was about halfway up friendly, and it only took me about an hour and a half of just farming the Botanica. But before I spoil it and say which dungeon I was using, let's actually look at how much reputation each one is going to give us. So here is the list of the dungeon reputations. We have the Botanica at the top with 3,535. We have the Terrace with 2,762. Steambolts with 2,705. And finally, Mackinac with 2,520. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to personal choice. You may just want to take what's going to give you the most reps. You get it overdone with as quick as possible. You may be like, I can't stand that dungeon, I'm going to do something else. You're going to have to run this and see it a lot, so you may as well do something that either has added benefits, like I said, the mount, or that has a transmog you like, or just something else. I will say, with the Botanica and the Mechanard, they are right next to the Tempest Raid, so if you want to break, you can always have the chance to jump in there and try and get the Ashes mount. Then you can fail to get that mount and be disappointed, but yeah, enough of my struggles with gaining that damn Ashes mount. Now once you've reached Exalted with your faction, simply head to your respective capital city. For the Alliance, you will see the quest, an urgent matter given by Matthias Shaw. And for the Horde, look for the quest, a people in need of healing, which is given by Eitrig in the very centre of Orgrimmar. Now, I have completed both these quests, and I will say, outside of maybe the Blood Elf Heritage questline, this is the best. I would say both of them are actually the best two they've done outside of that questline. The Alliance one is just marginally ahead. I would love one day, trying not to spoil anything, to see an expansion along these lines. It would be great. A return to a more simple event. It doesn't always need to be some huge galactic event with just untold possibilities. Just you have no idea of what's coming and just all so overblown, and we don't always need that. Sometimes more involved, just more intricate stories are far more entertaining than massive, overblown spectaculars. Think of films like The Usual Suspects or The Godfather compared to like a Michael Bay Transformers. But I think that is enough from me. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Laters everyone.